Dignitas Pixels, who have just been nigh on unstoppable all season long, apart from College Esports, who did take them down when they played a fairly, not really a weak lineup, but they didn't play their strongest lineup, and it was impressive stuff by College to be able to take them down still, but it still took them all 7 games, and apart from that, I don't think they've dropped more than 2 maps in the series other than that, so kind of insane. As we get into Iron Fortress though, that semi-final is probably at least a week away because we do have WCS this weekend. Players from teams are travelling, and I imagine that we won't want that the semi-finals won't be taking place until next week anyways. But let's introduce our players here on Iron Fortress. In the upper left hand corner, currently 2-0 up against AT Gaming, the red Terran player, MarineLorD. And to the upper right, the orange Zerg from AT Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, what just happened to my mouse? Let's try this again. Ladies and gentlemen, Jona. Something's really affecting my FPS today. I really don't know what it is. My graphics aren't even that high. I really don't know what it is, guys. Something's really screwing me up today. I've probably done something dumb without realising. Anyways, let's see how this game goes. We've got a Reaper opening from MarineLorD. Nothing too crazy. Iron Fortress. You know, the map you want to pick as a Zerg, because there's a massive fucking Zerg logo in the middle of it, which kind of suggests that, hey, it's a pretty good Zerg map. And it kind of is. I mean, 4 bases, fairly easy to take, very wide open. A lot of potential to, you know, it's got the same amount of, it's got a lot of openness, but there's also a lot of, you know, different pathways to attack in. So run by is very effective, and you know, Mute is very good on this map too, because into the main base there's a lot of space to work with, out into the natural, and you know, there's always kind of exit routes from the third base mineral lines as well, so it's very easy to escape with your Mutelisks on this map. You should never really get them caught flying over a bunch of Marines, so you can really afford to be pretty aggressive with them. MarineLorD though, going to be putting on the pressure right from the get-go here. Bunker on the way up on the top of Jona's ramp, and you know, going to try and defend this here in a few moments. He's about to see this with his overlord. He sees it about to finish, but it's a little bit too late to do anything about it now. 6 lings on the way, and for now he just has to control as best he can with his initial drones to not lose any. And once he gets that past this phase and gets a couple of lings out, things will become a little bit easier. We'll just have to wait until he's got a couple of queens ready to go to be able to take down the bunkers. But a second bunker coming down as well is quite intriguing, as these 2 lings actually, well, one of them will go down. Now, Reaper was very low on hit points for a couple of moments there. Won't go down though. Jona about to get 100 gas. He's going to be able to start certain speed. Second Reaper comes in, and third Reaper, of course, on the way in production. And MarineLorD's going to commit to this second bunker finishing here. So this is very interesting. There's a big commitment from him, but can definitely pay off for him as well. As Jona just going to sit back for now, and Jona has to realise this is a big commitment from his opponent, and he can't just rush into this. He can't just attack before he's ready to attack. He really has to get as many queens out as possible, as many lings out as he can get, and really just, you know, do whatever he can. He's going to come in now, and he was trying to just get a little bit of damage done before those Reapers made it back. Another bunker on the way. This is really committed aggression here from our Terran player. I mean, he's really building up this bunker count. It's a little bit crazy actually. I mean, 300 minerals to invest in the bunkers. Of course, he can get them back. And the SCV has been picked off here though. Reapers do jump into this bunker. Queens will start to work down on it, and if a lot of lings coming out, they should be able to surround now and go for that kill. He loses one of his queens, but again, this is a big commitment by MarineLorD, who just manages to keep 2 of the Reapers alive. One of them going down though, and he will just escape with those as well. Doesn't get the salvage though, and again, it's a lot lost here early on by MarineLorD, but a lot lost by Jona as well. Only 1 worker, but losing that queen, a lot of Zerglings, probably has worked out in MarineLorD's favour in the long run here. Only 24 SCVs up though, and his orbital command is only just now morphing in. Following this up with a starport, double gas down, so we're looking towards that cloak banshee style of play as the first Hellions are about to hit the field. And Jona just going to be taking a few moments to re-establish himself with some more workers, etc. His lings moving across the map, and we'll just look to see if there's anything he can get up to here. Again, very committed initial aggression there from our Terran player. As our Zerg will just back off now with these Zerglings and wait to see what will continue. So, these things just falling back now. Spinecrawl on the way, and Jona goes in towards his lair right now. So, just building up everything he can, just building up in towards 2 base Mutalisk here, it would seem. He's just going to take their time taking down these rocks at the front, and see it being less on the way up as well. It's just getting ready to be able to defend any kind of hellbat timing. As these Hellions not really looking to be aggressive though. And the Banshees will be though in a couple of moments time. That cloak's about halfway done. The first Banshee about to pop out here, and that will head across the map in a few moments. So this Banshee going to head across, and we do see an armory being added on, so that Bayonet Nest is definitely going to be coming in useful here in a few moments time. We've seen Overseer morphing in as well. No real sign of anything else from the lair just yet, though there's that Spire coming down. Okay, so building towards Mutalisks here eventually. Spinecaller gets a couple of pokes onto this first Hellion. No third base to really aggress towards just yet. And Sporecrawler's now starting as well for Jona, who realizes he's going to need some sort of defense against this Banshee. He's got a couple of Queens, and he does have Overseer as well coming in, but of course, you know, you would like to generally have some side defense too, just to help zone that Banshee out should Queens be slightly out of position from where they're attempting to defend. Hellions are almost ready to go into hellbat mode, but whoa, MarineLorD not paying attention. He's going to get fully surrounded here. He's going to escape with a few of these Hellions, very fortunately, and well, he might still get chased down. It's going to be close. One of those Hellions very low on hit points. Reaper to the right hand side going to get picked off too, as these Lings will eventually kill off the last Hellion here. So Jona cleans that up quite nicely. He sees in the main base of his opponent just no real production added on just yet. Third CC only just added now as well from MarineLorD, so not in the best position in terms of economy right now, as he is just going to be moving towards, again, a lot of anti-air to deal with these incoming Mutalisks, which he's more or less figured out upon / he's probably even seen the Spire building, so he knows what's coming his way. And starts at +1 mech weapons. We're going to be seeing some mech out of him here on Iron Fortress. Inferno Pools, no way. Actually quite an interesting map pool so far we've had today. Varney, Inferno Pools, and now Iron Fortress. Not your standard maps for a series. Of course, that will be because of the lack of vetoes available, apart from in the first series. So no Coda, no Echo just yet. So some more standard maps remaining here for later in the series. These Vikings going to go Overlord hunting, and why not? I mean, he's got them on the map, may as well make use of them. And Jona has got his first few Mutalisks starting to head out and about, and he doesn't really have enough Mutas to really take on 4 Vikings, I don't think. Mutas versus 4 Vikings, with the kiteability of the Vikings, I don't think it would end well for him. He's going in towards the main base now, but 4 in position already, and I mean, does he decide to attack the 4? Well, he's going to try it, but then the Vikings come in and he loses 2 Mutalisks here very, very quickly. Third base about to finish up for him, and I mean, again, he's not in the worst position. He's going into Rotor and Evolution Chambers as well now. Very fast infestation pits. He wants to hit that hive as soon as he can to get in towards those Vipers, which are going to help out immensely about taking on that mech army. And again, these he's just flying around looking to see what they might be able to get up to. I mean, they're going to come over here and attack the CC for a little bit, but then the Vikings will come in and another Mutalisk will fall. So for a big commitment into these Mutalisks, I mean, we're talking about 8 Mutas, the Spire as well, that's 1k gas, 1k minerals. He's even investing +1 for them. He hasn't really been taking very good care, so he's not really getting much in return for this investment. Creep spread's looking good though, and that's something we have to compliment for Jona. I mean, his creep spread is amazing right now. Really starting to push across the map, and such a large map as well, as it just fans out here. 1-1 upgrades on the way for him, Hydra Den, Hive on the way now too. Jona just building up. As you know, MarineLorD's in a pretty good position too though. I mean, adding on Banshee's going to be nice. The anti-air, always something which is difficult for a Zerg to get right in this matchup nowadays against mech, which includes Banshees, because there's so many Vikings that the Banshees are generally just so safe. Hydras generally can't get in reach of them because of the tanks protecting. It's kind of interesting. You can't really build Mutas because the falls underneath, and you can't build Corruptors because they just suck. So the Banshees can be very difficult to deal with here. Vipers, and then obviously having the Vikings out already kind of shuts down the Vipers too. So yeah, gonna be interested to see how Jona tries to deal with this here. He's a little bit behind on supply right now. He's just, I mean, he's teching quite hard though. I mean, he's investing into his hive, a lot of different upgrades. So in a few moments, I'm sure he'll retake a supply lead, and you know, it kind of shows that it was just them upgrades which is kind of put him down in the supply right now. A single Hellion running around trying to see what it can get up to. Does get taken down there in the end. 1-1 upgrades on the way for both players. As the creep again continues for Jona across the map. It's again pretty impressive right now, all the way across to the other side of the map almost, really pushing towards the third base of the Terran player. Fourth base on the way for Jona, and he's just going to start getting his gas set up over here as well. First few Vipers getting added in, and again the Roach Hider of course not too scary right now, as 8 more drones come in to boost that economy. Again the Vipers are going to be a nice little addition, and he will be able to start looking to maybe push towards an engagement, push towards getting something done here in this game. A few tanks, Hellbats, a lot of Vikings in the sky, and we're going to see this army move out from that MarineLorD. So looking to attack here pretty quickly. Jona's drawing up once again. He's having on a lot of stack defense actually. Stack defense, which is kind of limiting his actual unit production right now, as he's rebuilding. He's building a few roaches, but MarineLord's here now, and Jona doesn't really seem to have too much to deal with this. He pulls forwards a 4 to begin with, and 4's going to go down pretty quickly. But I mean, you know, he's taking down a 4, but that's about it right now. These tanks start settling back, and these Vikings have to be so careful of those Vikings in the sky, as Banshee's starting to pick away again. Where's the anti-air? You know, where do you get that anti-air from? What can you really use to pick off the Banshees here? As you see now, some Hellions running in towards the natural expansion. Jona under attack to that north side, and again, Eunice just in really good positions right now for MarineLorD. He's positioned himself very well here to kind of just split away a couple of units, get some very easy economic damage done without risking any units of his own, or I mean a few Hellions which are more or less worthless in terms of a natural engagement. Scan coming in now as well. We'll start to clean up some of this groups that Jona's been working on for the entire game. 7 more Hydras coming up in production. 2-2 is not going to finish in time for a fight here for Jona unless he really stretches himself to hold on. But look at this wave of reinforcements coming across from MarineLorD. Vipers moving up to this north side, and again, what's he going to try to achieve? He's morphing in a couple of Overseers. He's more or less maxed out, but he's going to be attacking into a sieged up Terran to take this engagement. He's going to come in from behind with these Vipers, and the Blinding Clouds going to land on a lot of these siege tanks to begin with. This is actually really nice Blinding Clouds, giving Jona the possibility to come forwards here and to get some damage done from the north side. He's got a couple of meters, but that's about it. These Roaches are going to try and come in and just clean up the rest of the tanks, and again, the real problem is he's just got nothing at all to deal with these Banshees in the sky. He might clean out the ground army, but the Banshees still remain, and they pick off another Queen to the north side. And I mean, again, he's actually doing a really nice job of just cleaning out here, keeping those Vipers alive as well, which is really nice. But these Banshees are something he just doesn't have an answer for. He's moving across the map to try and counterattack a little bit, but 2 tanks up and not really much potential potential for damage here. As again, what do you do against 3 Banshees, which you've got? You know, he just can't do anything about it at all. Vikings have to fall back now to clean up this overload, just blocking the potential 4th base of our Terran player. Roach is going to get into position to deal with these incoming Hellions, and they'll get turned away pretty swiftly. Static defense there as well would have been more than enough anyways, I assume. And for now, see just another scan coming down. Rock's being taken down over here. Jona just opening up the map a little bit. But again, MarineLorD definitely seems to be in control of this game. Jona did a great job to clean up already, but look at that resources lost tab. And MarineLorD has a pretty good economy of its own. Of course, he took down so many workers in that last engagement, simply by running just a few Hellions in towards this natural expansion. More Hydras, more Roaches being added on. And the mech army just kind of moving around, looking to see what's up, what's going on. Jona defends his 5th base down to the south side. These Hellions once again looking for a way in, looking for a way to get some damage done. They're going to run right into the Roach Hydra army though. They'll just get annihilated in just a couple of moments. So, MarineLorD right now has this massive mech army. He is going to sit a bit defensively while he builds up once again, but I would not be surprised to see him move out in the very near future. I mean, again, he's got the composition he wants to fight with, so as long as he keeps his tanks spread, moving out shouldn't be too much of an issue for him. Or alternatively, he can do what he's doing right now, which is adding on a fusion core and beginning to move in towards more air units, more battle cruisers, etc. Can be very effective as well. As Jona actually decides to build 13 more drones, it's going to put him up to 91 workers here, so really kind of looking to kind of play the style of Zerg, where you just have so much economy that you trade off, then you remax, then you trade again. We do see some harassment coming in from Jona, which is kind of nice actually. I mean, takes down a couple of turrets, but very minimal damage done really. Is I'm going to see him more come in and lose both of his Vipers. And Cloak comes down with that Banshees. The Vipers achieve nothing there, and they both go down. Huge flock of Hellions. Do you call it a flock of Hellions? I don't know, gang of Hellions moving along the south side, and they're going to hit one of these mineral lines. But I mean, a lot of spine crawlers are actually going to split up and hit both different mineral lines. And I mean, there's defense left over here for Jona, but he's definitely going to lose workers. I mean, spine crawlers can only kill Hellions so quickly, and I mean, especially when they move into Hellbats, it takes them even longer to kill them. They get all cleaned out though, but at this point MarineLorD's just happy to trade, you know, minerals for minerals essentially. And he's probably doesn't want them Hellions. He's probably going to rebuild with battle cruisers, which is going to make his army even more dangerous, even more scary to actually take on in a straight up fight. So we see these Hellions going to be coming along the south side. What's this over here? Just some roaches, right? Just some roaches over towards the third base, but I mean, there's a single tank in position alongside a wall. It's going to be very hard to break that as these Hellions move forwards. And again, like defense isn't here just yet, isn't ready, so the Hellions have a bit of a field day right now, and a very few number of drones that are in position at this fifth. And get taken out by the rest of these units, and one Hellion escapes to the north side, or to the south, into this base, and a couple of roaches will just chase after that. But battle cruisers on the way, and again, what does Jona really have to take on an air army? Not really too much. I mean, he's got, what, some Hydralisks? He really needs a little bit more than that. I mean, Vipers are nice to be able to try and grab these battle cruisers forwards, but what he really needs is something to actually be able to fight against them. And again, Hydras, are they going to be enough? I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure, as Jona really seems to like this position right now, but again, he's just going to lose another Viper and another, and well, he abducts quite a lot of Vikings into this army now, and this is kind of nice, but he's still losing Vipers at quite a rapid rate. In fact, he's just lost another 4 Vipers or so in that engagement. He makes 5 more to rebuild here. He is up on 5 bases. I mean, his economy is still okay. His income is alright, and of course it's a large map, so we're not really worried about him mining out anytime soon. He's got a lot of potential bases he can still take. But this is not looking brilliant right now for our Zerg player. He really does just seem to be lacking an answer, while MarineLorD continuously just builds up. I mean, more battle cruisers on the way, a couple more Vikings being added in as well. Everything just looking a little bit kind of downhill for our Zerg, who again just doesn't really seem to have a way to get damage done. Although moving out right now, this is maybe Jona's chance to get a lot of counter-attack damage done. But he needs to move forwards now, and I don't think coming home is the right decision. I think it's a bit too late for that. He has to move forwards here. But look at this. MarineLorD's actually just going to take a 5th base over here. He's just going to set up and say, you know, I'm just going to slowly push forwards from this position. He splits up his battle cruisers. A lot of Banshees on the way back over here as well to help clean up. And honestly, there's actually going to be a lot of damage done by Jona, who moving forward is going to be able to pick off his tank, and a lot of SCVs as well going down. These Banshees should cloak up as soon as possible. These Vikings are in a little bit of trouble actually. And in fact, the Banshee's not cloaking. They're going to go down to these Hydralisks. A lot of damage done here at the same time. A single 4 moves forwards, and this tank line is pretty scary as well. And as the Hydra's going to come in, and they will be able to deal with this 4. But will they be able to deal with, again, the rest of the army, which just sits here from MarineLorD, defending his new 5th base. We see a couple of ground clouds coming down. The Hydra's going to move forward to try and get something done. Vipers trying to abduct, and they grab a couple of these Vikings, and that's about it. And right now, Jona seems to have money, does not have lava. He's got 16 lava, just not building anything right now. He needs to build something sometime soon. He's going to decide to build Corruptors. What is air upgrades? +2, +1 against +3, +1. Not going to be easy here, as well, these roaches are going to come forward. They're just going to try and clean up whatever they can on the ground on their own. And they might be able to get a few of these siege tanks. Again, Corruptors on the way out. He just wants to wait for as many Corruptors as possible before coming in here and just trying to engage. I mean, the more Corruptors he can gather up, the better for him. But Yamato Cannon available as well here from MarineLorD. There's 3 Corruptors come out, and he will actually be able to make a bit of an escape. Again, a couple of Corruptors. Whoa, this is actually kind of nice, pulling one of these battle cruisers forward, but the Yamato Cannons start to fall, and the Corruptors just aren't doing the damage fast enough here. More Corruptors continuously kind of pouring in, but just a couple at a time. It's just really not enough. He needs everything here right now, and that would have been his best chance to take this on, but instead he just didn't quite have enough, and he's going to abduct another battle cruiser forward, which is again kind of what he needs to do right now. Just fight one of these at a time, and maybe he can make something happen, but it's so difficult. He's got, again, Yamato Cannons just continue to fall onto these Corruptors, taking down one of them every single time. Roaches on the ground going to look to take down this 4, and Jona is just continually trying to just hold on here. The Roaches don't quite manage to take down the 4, but he will clean up the Sky Army, and well, if he can just find a way to, well, he finds a way with a single Hydralisk to deal with that battle final 4. Again, I mean, he just needs to deal with these Banshees as well, though. Everything's just a little bit problematic for him right now, as he just, I mean, he's not out of this game just yet, but his army's a little bit worrying because he's only got very little to deal with, quite a bit continuing to pour in from the template. He needs something to deal with these Banshees, and he will actually find a way as they finally run out of energy. So many Vikings coming in though, and with these Vikings coming in, is there enough to really help against these, help the Corruptors out? I mean, the Corruptors just seem to be a little bit outnumbered in the sky. Roaches are starting to push forwards here though, for Planetary Fortress to get through. I don't think they'll be able to do that. They might be able to pick off some turrets or so though, but I don't think they should run back through these battle cruisers. Jona's still just trying to survive. 2 battle cruisers, a handful of Vikings here, looking to keep the dream alive for MarineLorD. He is looking for that ore pill here, of course, today, as these Vikings chase down the Overseers, and, well, Corruptors just going to turn around and try and chase down the Vikings, but it's just not going to happen. And again, there's just too much in the sky for MarineLorD. Down to the south side, we have some Hellions going to try and hit a run by, and we're actually going to come up to this bottom right base instead. And again, we're sitting in a position where Jona just doesn't have enough to take this on. He doesn't have enough in the skies, and I mean, Roaches are splitting up and they're doing an okay job harassing here and there, but I mean, it's just not going to be enough in the long run. These Hellbats working away on the bottom right side, and Jona has been able to hold on for a long time here, but is it enough? The wheels drop right in front of him, and again, I mean, what else can he really do at this point? 30-minute game. Mech seems to be prevailing right now, as these Hellbats will walk down in towards this forest of Spine Crawlers. This is kind of the last economy from Jona. I mean, he's still got 670 drones up, but they kind of scattered around. A lot of them really are down here in this base, and Jona's supply continues to fall. He's on 90 supply against 160 now. Again, his Corruptors, there's just not enough of them. He's trying to pick off 1 or 2 at a time, but as your mortar cannons lands, as Viking shots connect, it looks as though AT Gaming are going to be 0-3 down, and they're going to have to pull an Axiom Acer to get themselves out of this one. 0-3 down, need 4 wins in a row to be able to take themselves, to a game